Good morning, my brothers and sisters. On this episode number 227 of the Good Morning Guys podcast, thank you so much for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night as we talk about the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and to play. I am one of your hosts, the Brazilian mountaineer and transition ninja, who is currently sounding like he's camping out because he is. I am at camp. That will be more in my update, so we'll save it. That's spoilers. My name is Lucas Swisher, and I'm glad to be with you. And then the final member of the GMG quadfecta here with me tonight, because Pat and Ronald are dead. The guy with music in his heart, Doctor Who on his brain, and La Carreta in his old stomacho, Marc Boucher.
Yay, I'm the guy who doesn't sound like he's in a literal echo chamber right now.
Woo, hello.
You're an idiot.
Yeah. That's me tonight. I am an idiot. And I have a cricket who's joined me that you may or may not hear.
Those buggers are loud.
Oh, he stopped. He just stopped for 1 second. Like he knew I was talking about him. He's like, I'll stop.
You shy.
Just kidding. I'm going to keep going. Oh, man. All right, joiner, if you're new with us, this is the most garbage truck on fire episode you're ever going to experience. Right now, I have my computer on top of a patio chair, which is on top of a mini fridge, which is in a very empty room that makes this wonderful echo. And and we're making it work. I'm using my computer microphone that came with the laptop, internal microphone, which is always the highest quality. Mm-hmm.
That's how much we love you and want to continue making content.
That's right. We're making it work. I'm running my internet right now through my phone, through my computer, because the Wi-Fi here is not great.
True.
Here we are. Yep. It's fantastic. I'm glad to be here with you, Marc.
I'm glad you're here too, because otherwise I would be doing this episode by myself.
Yeah. All by myself.
So I'm thankful that you are here and that I'm not talking to myself.
I'm here to sing with you. As is tradition, we're doing a fireside chat together, and I'm going to sing every chance I get because songs will come to my head. You're welcome to do it too.
Absolutely.
And if you don't, I will.
Okay.
Okay, you've been warned. Let's just jump right in. What's been going on, my friend? How is life? Give us the Earl and Iffle updates. What's going down?
Man, Earl and Iffle have been crazy lately.
Yeah.
So last time we talked on the show, I had mentioned that Kristen and I were going to be going to Texas because unfortunately her grandfather passed away. So we were going for a funeral this past weekend. Except on Tuesday or Wednesday, I started not feeling so good. Started getting some drainage and coughing and sore throat and all that kind of fun junk.
No.
And I wondered, because we've had a major change in weather, like Christmas Day, it was like in the single digits. Right. And then the following week or so later, it was in like the 50s and 60s. So we've had stupid weather around here. So I figured, it's probably just the change in weather and I'm just dealing with some post-nasal drip crap.
Gosh, that's a lot of gross descriptors. What was the first part? Post-nasal?
Post-nasal drip crap.
Post-nasal drip crap. That is the name of the episode, just so you know.
All right.
That's why I'm gonna throw it out there as a nomination. I don't know how well it'll go, but post-nasal drip crap sounds like a terrible thing to get.
First 3 to 5 minutes of the episode.
It didn't take long at all, right? How many titles can we give this episode?
Okay, let me make sure we don't forget that. So I started not feeling so good. And by the time Friday rolled around, I was like, okay, it was like going down in my chest and everything. I was like, I need to get this checked, go to the doctor, because if I'm getting some sort of an upper respiratory infection, I want to get this taken care of before I leave and get on a flight to Texas.
Yeah.
And so standard procedure, pretty much when you've got those type of symptoms, They're going to do every test known to man. They're going to do strep test, flu, and COVID test.
Of
And,
course.
and sure enough, COVID positive. Yeah.
Ugh,
So
yuck. How many
um,
times is that? Is that third time's a charm?
this is the I'm the three timer now.
Yeah, look at you.
Yeah, this is becoming a yearly tradition, and I really don't like it.
Once, twice, three times with COVID. I might have changed the lyrics to that just to
Maybe.
make it not,
If
not call you a lady.
I appreciate that. I really
Yeah,
do.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
But yeah, so tested positive for COVID. So obviously we were going nowhere.
Hmm.
Um, and so
Except the post nasal drip crap town. That's where
yep,
you were going.
yep. I lived there for a few days after the fact.
Yuck.
Yeah, obviously we didn't go to Texas.
It's a bummer, man.
Had to call the airline and stuff, see what we could do about refunding tickets and things like that.
They still
Uh,
work with you like they did back in 2020, 2021.
Not as much as they did back then.
Had a
Um,
feeling. They were
yeah.
like, yeah, you had your grace period. We're over that.
So they credited the ticket, like they canceled the flight and gave us a credit for a flight that we can use at a later point.
Yeah, but you have like an
It's
expiration date, right?
it's within a year,
Yeah, that's not
which
bad.
we're going to Disney in September.
There you go.
So, and we kind of needed to get tickets anyway.
There you
So,
go.
probably
Yeah.
going to use it for that. But
Yeah.
felt really bad because, we wanted to be there for my father-in-law because it was his dad that passed away. Um, and especially like he did the eulogy for his own father's funeral, which that's got to be difficult.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, stayed home, didn't get on the flight, been pretty much quarantined ever since. I did go out today. I tried to limit myself to as much contactless stuff as possible.
Right.
So like I usually go out and I get like a smoothie from Smoothie King, and I'll get Kristen a coffee or something. And I like pre-ordered everything, did everything contactless, wore a mask when I went up to the drive-through or whatever, and just tried to not, make sure I didn't touch anybody or anything. Because it's
Yeah.
been it's been past the 5 days.
Hmm.
But I mean, I'm still having a lingering like some like coughing spells and stuff like that. So
Mm.
just to be on the safe side, I was just kind of trying to be cautious and not being around a bunch of people and stuff still.
It's a good
Um,
call.
but uh, but yeah, so obviously I have been hanging out in the house. And so I have been playing a whole heck of a lot of Fortnite.
Really? All
Yeah,
that you playing that old fork and knife.
that old Forkknife. Yeah. So um, I really leaned into playing with the battle pass,
Okay.
and getting all the different skins and everything. There was a particular skin
Nice.
that I was like really super interested in. They have their own original characters that they put into their little universe and have skins and stuff. Um, and there is this uh like almost like a armored knight shining armor kind of character, and they call him the Ageless. And he's got this really cool emote and skin where like if you it changes between like a normal like regular armor, and then all of a sudden he'll like stomp down, and all of a sudden his bits of armor will just appear out of thin air and just attach to his body.
Okay.
And
So he's
look,
kind of like some kind of Iron Man, Moon Knight kind
basically,
of
yes,
dude.
yes.
That's cool. Very
um
cool.
and so I was grinding and grinding on the game to accumulate the points. They're called battle stars. In the game,
Hmm.
also you have to get to a certain level in order to unlock pages to where you're able to then use the stars to purchase the items. um
Sounds sounds like a free to
when
play game.
when I try to explain it to you, it sounds like a convoluted mess, but when you actually get into it,
Yeah, no, I know. It's free to play, so they have all these levels of resources and
yeah,
things to just get you to collect, 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 and eventually get something cool and shiny. But
yeah,
then also keep playing the game.
this is the first time I've actually, well, I haven't maxed it out because technically you can go past level 100. I'm not sure how far past level 100 you can go, but technically the main list of all the skins that you can unlock or that you can collect go up to level like 94 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, there are uh, sort of additions to those skins. Like there's different color sets
Mm-hmm.
for that ageless character that I unlocked. Um, if you keep going, you can unlock those color variations and stuff.
Cool.
And it's not like just your bland kind of like, oh, it's red, oh, it's blue. Like they actually made it like make the different colors interesting enough to where like, okay, I really kind of want to get that. So so I'm keeping the grind going. I think I'm at level 101 now. Um, actually played a little bit with Tim Pollen the other night,
Nice
and
old Captain Bacon himself.
yeah, and got several wins.
Yeah.
It's like
Nice.
3 back-to-back wins or something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's been good. It's
That's
a lot
called
of fun.
if you were bowling, that'd be a turkey,
Hmm.
kind of.
Is it?
In some,
Is that what it's called?
no, but I'm gonna call it that because every time you get a strike, that's a win.
I'm gonna bowl me a turkey right here.
That's right. You're doing a fork and knife turkey. That's what you did.
Fair enough.
That's what we're gonna
Um,
call it from now on. Fork and knife turkey.
Fork and
Make
knife
that a
turkey.
title.
Yep,
Yep.
there's another option right there.
Another title option, just so you know, just to give some variety of options that you can choose from.
So post nasal drip crap, and then fork and knife turkey.
You can maybe make fork and knife turkey win. I don't know if that's too many words. Maybe just fork and knife turkey.
I could abbreviate it to fork knife turkey win.
Fork knife, yeah, fork knife turkey win. Or you could just make an acronym.
There.
Fork knife
Oh,
turkey
you would
win.
love that.
FKTW. Yeah. You can do the same with the post nasal drip grab.
PNDC.
Yeah. There you go. Oh man. This is what
Um,
happens when they leave us alone.
yep.
Yep.
But between that and I go down some weird rabbit trails on YouTube. So like
Okay. Yeah.
I decided to watch like a whole bunch of episodes of Cops.
Oh my gosh, cops. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna
And
do when they come for you?
it's just it's hilarious to watch all of these different episodes and all of these criminals that they're catching. Like they all do the same thing. They like lie for 10 minutes and try to deflect and play like they're stupid and stuff like that when they get caught. Um, and then eventually like their story starts unraveling like before their
Yeah.
very eyes, and then they start admitting to stuff, and it's usually like somewhere in middle America or something like that. Um, or out west or something like that.
Right.
Tim, there was a whole episode where they were in Idaho. So,
Oh hey.
yep.
Hey oh.
But
Look out, Tim. Good thing they got him.
it's either out west or middle America
Hmm.
or like Miami or something like that.
Those are the options.
Yep.
Midwest and Miami.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know why I get sucked into Cops. I think it's just interesting and funny at times to see the reactions of these people that they're going after. And like I don't know what it is with cops, but it seems like most cops are like, even though they go through this training process to, you know, go through police academy and all that stuff and
Right.
get into the force, like it all seems like they're super out of shape, because like by the time they actually catch the guy, and like I get any person will be out of breath and everything, but like they are winded by the
Yeah.
time by the time they've caught the guy. It's like, dude, go do some push-ups. I thought you were supposed to be like fit to be able to catch these guys. But
I think there's like whatever the line is, they make like you need to at least have this fitness level. I think it's the same for most people in most situations, like in school, the people who just get just enough to pass, and you probably have that with cops too. It's like,
yeah,
what's the minimum I can do to be considered in shape enough? But then when it comes down to it, like a lot of the things they need to do, to do their job is going to require a lot more than the minimum. But
Right. Yeah, they like to tap dance over that line or under that line quite
yeah,
a bit on that show.
yeah.
But
Well, and I'm wondering, you bringing that up, I haven't watched that show in forever, but I wonder now, looking back at all the reality stuff now that's grown, and how much of it back then was even like semi-staged,
yeah.
like, or someone they knew, it wasn't a big deal, or they were like I don't know, like an inside man or whatever. And they're like, hey, we need you to do this for this show, or I don't know.
And
Like,
obviously these guys have to consent to,
yeah,
them
being
being filmed
filmed.
and
Yeah, because
yeah.
they cover their faces if they don't get their consent from them.
Right.
So,
Right.
and once they
So
see the cameras, they probably,
I'm gonna be on cops, yeah.
yeah, I'm going to do my best Al Pacino impression.
Ooh ah. But yeah, between that and of course, awesome games done quick is going on
Oh,
this
yeah,
week.
that's right.
So I've been watching quite a bit of that.
Cool, 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 cool.
There hasn't been one that's like super stuck out so far.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been nice, fun ones. They like to do, they'll do their like high AAA type games type and stuff, and then they'll do some like retro games, like older ones, like you haven't
Right.
heard of in years and that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, obviously looking forward to watching the rest of that. But
There you go.
that's been pretty much my life is just quarantining it up and watching cops and playing Fortnite and
Yeah.
watching
I
GDQ.
mean, I mean, especially when you're sick, you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
Just get the rest, and then do whatever will just pass the time while you get the rest.
This is actually
So
the tamest bout of COVID that I've had.
yeah, maybe
Because
your that immunity system's
yeah, this is like
toughening
uh,
up.
I can't remember who was I talking to the other night that was telling me like he had all the different variants of COVID. So it's like almost like
Oh,
he was trying to
nice.
collect the sets.
Gotta catch 'em all. COVID mon.
It's
Ooh,
like
there's
I've got
another title. COVID mon.
COVID mon.
COVID mon.
He's like, I
Gotta
got the
catch 'em all.
original and I got the Delta variant and the Omicron variant. I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's over 9,000. I know that's a crossover and not the same show, but
Yep. Yep.
why not?
But yeah, that's been pretty much it for me, sir.
All right. I'd say cool, but that's not really the case
Yeah,
because
yeah, not really.
having a cold stinks. But cool with the other stuff that you're experiencing and watching and
Yep.
all that jazz.
Making the best of it.
Yeah, man. Making lemonade out of lemons. Good for you.
All right, sir. How's your
So
week?
my neck of the woods, literally, I am in the woods. I am on a
In the
campground.
sticks?
I am in the sticks. I am surrounded by teenagers and beautiful Brazilian just people, like not physically beautiful. I mean, some of them are beautiful, but like just beautiful on the inside, like great church leaders and people who just love missions. And yeah, it's an exciting time. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of not sleeping in my bed, but the current place I'm sleeping and the people I'm hanging out with, they're all great, fantastic people. It's a missions training camp for teenagers between the
Okay.
ages of 12 to 18, I think is the age. And this is my daughter's first year doing it. This is my
Nice.
second year teaching at it. I actually taught at it not right before, but I guess the June before the pandemic in 2019. I taught a class, and then I was invited this past year to teach the same class.
Now
Um,
I'm assuming it's mostly Brazilian people.
yes, my
Okay.
daughter's here, and there is a Brazilian girl who was born in the U.S. I think, and then moved. Her parents just moved back. She and her parents moved back 2 months ago, so she's like kind of American, even though she's Brazilian. So, she grew up in a Brazilian home in the U.S., so she's very much Brazilian, but then also she's very much American. She speaks English really well, and it's really nice. But other than that, yeah, pretty much everybody else is Brazilian. I have been using my Portuguese and my English and my Port English because it's the easiest to do. There's a number of people who speak English, so it's really nice to kind of have that freedom to just
Yeah.
switch around. This has been the most this has been, yeah, the most I've been kind of out on my own. Like usually when I've been out and about over this past year, it's been with groups,
Yeah.
and doing things in the context with usually with an American or two at least. And this one's pretty much all Brazilians. So I do see my daughter from time to time. There's like 200 people in total, like between workers and students. So it's pretty, there's a lot of activity and a lot of things going on. I see, I had dinner with my daughter tonight. It was nice. I had it with her and her friends. She was a little nervous. We were talking while we were in line for dinner, and she's like, I was a little nervous, you were going to be awkward with my friends. She sometimes thinks I don't know how to speak Portuguese, which is funny because many times I understand and speak better than she does, but don't tell her I said that.
I thought you were going to say, I was wondering if you were going to be cool or not.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she was saying. And what's funny is we sat down to eat our meal and we were talking and laughing, and just one by one, these Brazilian kids started coming up and talking to me in English. And they were like, hello, how are you? And like, then I would respond and they just kind of look at me like, I don't know what you're saying. That's all I know in English is hello, how are you? But they would try different words. Like Brazilians in general, I can't remember if I've told you this, but they love to learn languages. It is, they just love to learn in general. The culture is just so fascinated with culture and language, and they watch all of our movies. And so I can talk video games, I can talk Marvel, I can talk the Bible with these kids, and it's pretty fun. And we
Nice.
talk in English, talk in Portuguese. It's funny, today during my class, at one point I was like, so did anybody see the new Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer? And they just kind of looked at me, and I was like, oh, wait, Homem-Formiga y a Vespa? Oh, sí. So I had to say I forgot to say the Portuguese version, the
Yeah,
Portuguese title of the movie. So did you see the trailer, by the way?
I did.
Segue. Hype, right?
I am I am very
Uh-oh.
hyped. I am very
Okay.
hyped, but I'm a little concerned.
What are you concerned about? Let's hear it.
Some of the CG looked a little wonky to me.
Oh, did it? I watched it on my phone, so it looked fine, but
Some
I
of
need
the
to see it on
CG
a
of
TV.
Kang looked really wonky to me.
Okay.
And
All right.
also they revealed MODOK,
Yes, that
like
was
without the stupid robot face on him.
right. Looking like almost like an android or something. Like
Well,
I
there's
don't
two
know.
shots. There's two shots of him. There's one that looks like robotic or whatever, and then there's one where he's got the actual like a face, like an
Oh, I didn't
actual
see
face.
that I need to watch
It's
the trailer again.
it's a real blink and you miss it thing, but that's what MODOK actually looks like.
Okay.
And so that looked a little wonky to me too. But I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to get MODOK right
I don't
in real
see how
life.
you can do MODOK and it not be weird.
Yeah.
Like even in Marvel's Avengers, the video game, like the dude starts out normal and then by the end he just like he got stung by a bee or got stung by 1,000 bees, and
Yeah.
just his head swells until he can't hold it up and he has to, sit in a little chair, and he's just a huge head on his little body. And yeah, it's a weird character. So
Let me see if I can try to pull up the thank you, dear. Try to pull up the picture of MODOK.
yeah, but yeah, I watched the trailer. I'm just loving how it's setting up. Like I felt like through the past trailers that it's already like automatically Kang versus Ant-Man and his family. And this
Something's
one, what's that?
something's about to go wrong,
Yeah, real right. And
like real bad.
and the setup for this one is that he's looking back at all the years he lost with his daughter and life because of the blip, and it looks like he's going to make a deal with Kang,
Yep.
and he's going to get duped. And it's just like the trailer's like the beginning of a dynasty, and I'm like, oh snap, this is going to get real. Like this doesn't sound like it's going to end well. I feel like there's going to be some major deaths, and there's not going to be a real major win. It's just going to be holding off the inevitable.
Well, yeah, they
Inevitable.
point that out. Like he's like, He's like, you don't think you're gonna win, do you? He's like, I don't have to
That,
win. We just both have to lose.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's yeah, I'm pretty hyped for it. Did you find a
Uh,
picture?
yes, I did. I'm sending it to
Oh,
you right
please hold.
now.
I gotta get my phone.
Oh shoot, sorry. Please hold. Your call is important to us. It will be answered in the order in which it was received.
All right. Whoa, there's no way I would have seen that. Oh yeah, look at that. It's a huge stretched face, man.
Yeah, it looks weird to me. And there were just some CG things that looked a little wonky. And
Yeah,
Marvel's kind of been in some hot water
they
lately
have.
because they have been not taking care of their CG people and really working them to the bone. And I think it's showing in some of their stuff.
Mm,
Um, it doesn't seem like it's the caliber that we saw in like the first three phases, in my
yeah.
opinion. Now that being said, I'm still very much looking forward to this movie, and very excited, like because it looks insane. Um, but but yeah,
Yeah, I totally get that. I think sorry, I blipped out from them.
you
Not
did for a little
like
bit.
Marvel blipped out, but it froze and you stopped talking. I was like, oh no. But you're back. Yeah, I feel like the CGI maybe decline that's perceived is partly because I feel like they're doing more now than they've ever done. Like
Yeah,
it's everything's bigger, everything's busier, everything's more complicated. So and they're trying to keep the pace, if not increase the pace. I mean, I feel like more stuff's has come out in the past couple of years than came out 4 or 5 years before that. Like between the shows and the movies, there's just a lot more content, and I don't think they're able to keep up with it. And yeah, it is what it is. But I'm still hyped for it. Still excited and interested to see where the story goes. But yeah, so been teaching my mission class. Let's see. Before I came to this camp, I did actually go to. I went to a restaurant for breakfast with
ooh,
some guys that I hang out and talk with from the kids' school, and it was like blueberry pancakes, bacon, eggs. Uh, it
that's
was
American
tasty.
breakfast.
Yeah, it was American breakfast. It was quite tasty. So that was a nice change, as it were. I mean, we have pancakes, but I can't tell you the last time I had blueberries on
Mm.
pancakes outside of the U.S., if ever here. So that was kind of cool.
See, I'm not really a blueberry pancakes person. I'm not into fruit in my pancakes. If you're gonna put any, like
Yeah,
for me, if you're gonna put anything in my pancakes, it's gonna be like chocolate chips or something like that.
yeah.
But
I mean,
that's
I
me.
get that. That's what we usually do, and
Yeah.
I'm honestly not a huge. I'm like kind of in the middle with the blueberries. Like the bigger the blueberries, the less I want to eat the
Yeah.
blueberries in it. But these were smaller blueberries,
There you go.
so it worked out. And it was kind of just a taste of home. So I think I got a little bit for nostalgia,
Yeah.
home kind of reasons. So I got that, and that was good. But yeah, so here at the camp, now swinging back to the camp, a couple things happened that were pretty exciting that were
Ooh.
not related to my class I'm teaching or the teens that I'm hanging out with or whatever. But I definitely got into a fight with a spider. A
Oh,
spider probably with the legs as big as my fist.
holy
Um,
smokes.
it was very hairy, and I entered. So well, I had a roommate switch. So I was rooming with a guy over the last weekend, and then he left, and a new guy came. And this new guy came, and we were talking, and he's like, "I'm going to take a shower," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm probably just going to go to bed." So got in bed. He came out of the shower like a minute later or 2 minutes later. I was like, well, that was a quick shower. He's like, yeah, there's a spider in here. I'm like, okay, well, I just want to be like, have fun taking care of it. And he's like, can you help me? And I'm like, he's like, it's a big spider. And I'm like, oh, just kill it. It'll be fine. And he's like, no, I need you to kill it. And I'm like, oh my
It's
gosh,
like, no,
okay.
no, you don't understand.
Yeah, you don't understand. I can't handle this. So I got my flip flop and I walk over and I see it and I see how huge that baby is. And I'm like, well, I'm going to need two sandals. So I
Two
get two
sandal
sandals
job.
on and I get closer and it's like, so with the showers, it has like bathroom stalls and it's like under one of the stall walls, like snug up against it. So like to smack it, I'm just, I don't know. I was just like, this could go wrong. Like I could totally miss it, like hit the little wall instead of the spider, and totally just it's gonna start like it's gonna break loose, and who knows what direction it's gonna go. So I was like, I need you to get a broom. So I sent him. He went and got a broom, and I beat the living crap out of the spider. Like I like shoved the bristles right on top of it, and I
You
just
you
whack, whack,
obliterated that
whack,
thing.
whack. Yeah, I obliterated it. And the guy's like, I think you killed it. It's like, I did. And then after I like finished with the broom, I got my flip flop and just went pop, just to make sure.
Then you turn around and look at him. You're welcome.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think I said that, but I definitely thought it. I was like, this was you. You found it. You like. I think the rule is if you see it, you're the first. It's like he who smelt it dealt it. He
Yeah,
who saw it kills it. That's how the rule. That's what the rule is.
it's fair enough.
So
I
that's what
agree.
I thought. But he needed help, so make me a servant,
You were the
Lord.
bigger
So
man.
I tried and I killed the spider. Yeah, that was one of the adventures. The other cool thing that happened, which I guess the spider thing's not really cool, but the other surprising thing we'll say is I was talking to the guy that was rooming with me before, and uh, I was like, "Do you play any mobile games?" And he's like, "I only play one," and I'm like, "Oh, that's probably not going to be the same game." And he's like, "Have you heard of Marvel Snap?" And I'm like,
Ah!
"Oh man, let me tell you something." So I pulled up a chair, and the rest of the weekend, pretty much any moment we had, we were talking about Marvel Snap, showing each other's builds, showing each other's like matches we've done, and he was like, so my level right now is like 1,500 or so collection level, and
hmm
his is like 1,700.
Oh
So
wow.
he's only like 200. So we're like right neck and neck. But he still has like a few different, like a number of different cards that I don't have, and vice versa. So we were like talking to each other about our builds and the sets we use and that kind of stuff. So it was fun. And
I can hear Patrick violently shutting off the podcast right now.
yeah, I can hear him going, shut up, shut up, shut up. So yeah, so we talked shop with Marvel Snap, and then he left, and a new guy came. Two new guys came actually to join me in the professor/adult dorm area. I'm thankful I don't have to take care of and sleep in the same dorm area as the teenagers.
Right?
That would be bad.
Yep.
So it's better. We're in a room with at least, I would say, at least 20 bunk beds,
Mm,
and there's three of us. So we each get like a huge spread
nice.
of area. I think the only bad thing was that there's like a lamp post right outside our door that just shines light into our room
Oh, so
all
it's
night
daytime in
long.
your room.
It's pretty much daytime all the time. So the first night I suffered through it, and the next day I was like, I got to do something about this. So in one of the bunk beds, I made a wall with the mattress and just blocked the light. There's still light like on the ceiling and stuff, but it's not near as bad. So
Yeah.
problem solved.
There you go.
But this new guy came, and he was like, he was watching Twitch, and I'm like, oh, watching
Ooh.
Twitch. What are you watching? He's like, have you ever heard of Magic the Gathering? I'm like, why, yes, I have. I played it back in the day. He's like, are you serious? Me too. So he likes to watch Twitch, do like RPGs and Magic the Gathering card games, and I'm like,
Yeah.
have you ever heard of Marvel Snap? And he's like, no, tell me about it. Well, long story short, he's playing Marvel Snap now. So
You're
I
you're the
both found a
snap
friend.
apologist.
I am the Snap apologist, much to Patrick's chagrin. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, you can mute me for the next 15 minutes if you want
or
to.
Snap Evangelist.
Yeah, Snap Evangelist.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I've been in my downtime. Besides doing a little work, I've been doing a little Snap as well, and it's been fun. The new season is upon us. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. They started a season called like Savage Land. They actually introduced characters that I'm not familiar with. I don't know if you're familiar with Zabu. Have you heard of this
Mm.
Zabu tiger?
Oh, Tiger.
So
Zabu the
yeah,
Tiger. That's a Doctor Strange. No, Zabu is a nope. You know what? I'm not even gonna try. I thought I knew,
not
but
you're just kidding.
I'm getting him confused with DC characters.
Ah, fair enough. Which those guys, DC, Marvel, they swap characters all the time. But Zabu is the last known Smilodon or saber-toothed tiger and lives in the Savage Land, which is an artificial animal preserve in Antarctica. And he is friends with Kazar, whose name is Kevin Plunder. He's an athletic man with no superpowers. Like, who are these characters? I've been learning about lots of characters through Marvel Snap, which has been kind of cool.
They go for real deep dives on
They,
those.
I mean, they are supposedly going to have like 400 or 500 cards, so they have to go deep dive.
Yeah.
And they make pretty cool artwork. And the powers that they have in the card game are pretty cool. Like Kazar makes all the one power cards or one energy cards. Yeah, one energy cards like increase a level, increase a energy level or power level. So stuff like that is pretty cool. So I've been using Zabu, Kazar, and others. But yeah, so it's been really fun to play that old Snap and learn about new Marvel characters. Now, I wanted to play a little game with you,
Okay.
Mark, and I was gonna give you the build name that I gave my decks, and I
Okay.
want you to guess either who's the main character or what I'm like trying to accomplish with the deck.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to think more comic-y than MCU-y, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Okay.
So the first one, this is a softball. My build is called Surfs Up.
Surfs Up?
Yep,
Is that a softball? Like
I
is it
think
all is it
so.
all water characters?
No,
No.
think of one
Oh,
character.
Silver Surfer?
There you go.
Oh,
It's
okay.
my Silver Surfer deck.
Nice.
How about this? Now this one might throw you for a loop, and I think I've mentioned it before, so we'll see if you remember. But this one's called I Am Inevitable.
Is it a Thanos deck?
Kind of. I'm Thanos, so I don't actually have Thanos in the deck. So who's Thanos trying to impress
Oh,
in the comics?
oh, the Lady the Death.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's my death deck. So pretty
Nice.
much I just blow stuff up for the whole and then the whole match and then get death for free at the end. How about this one? Apocalyptical.
Like Apocalypse, the guy from X-Men? Yeah.
Yep, it's my apocalypse deck. Oh, this one's a Jaime's Homies.
Oh, Jaime as in Jaime. Is that the Ghost Rider Jaime?
No,
No, no,
this one's
not Jaime.
actually think more MCU character that sounds like Jaime.
Jaime. Yeah, I don't know.
Heimdall.
Oh, Heimdall. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a movement deck with Heimdall, and so he's Jaime in my build. How about this one? Senior Pessimist.
Senior Pessimist? Is it like a yeah, I don't know.
Mr. Negative.
Oh, okay.
All right, last one. This one is three. This is like the last. This is like the pinnacle build question to see if you can think of the three characters that are in this one. This one's
Okay.
called Sinister Patron.
Are we talking Mr. Sinister?
Yeah. So Mr. Sinister's one. Now patron. It's a combo of two, an a hero and a villain.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe if I say it, patron
Oh,
or Patreon.
I was gonna say, is it like Captain America?
Kinda. It's the Patriot. I'm not familiar with who he is, but I feel like that's
The
he
Patriot, huh?
the Patriot. I feel like that's like a Captain America, a version of Captain America that's just slightly different. But yeah, it's
Oh, okay. Um, so oh no, it's been several different characters.
there you go.
So Elijah Bradley, who is Isaiah Bradley.
Is the Patriot.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so it's Mr. Sinister, the Patriot, and Ultron. All it's their build. So
Okay.
there you go. Thanks for playing. You win. I
I
kept
guess.
score, and you got the most point. You got the least. You got the points you needed to win. So good job.
Thank you.
Thank you for playing.
I win.
You're a winner. So yeah, besides that, that's about it. I haven't been doing much gaming besides that old Marvel Snap. Um, yeah, I mean, last week I was just prepping for this week, and then this week is all about camp.
Nice. So there was
So,
one thing I forgot to mention.
oh,
I can
one more
live.
thing.
Yep.
Let's hear it.
Uno mas.
Uno
Uh,
mas.
so last night, I got together with the guys from Comics in the Cross and
Ooh,
others like
yeah.
Caleb, aka Space Hawk, and some of the wives from Comics in the Cross, because we are doing a D&D campaign, a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and we're it's being live streamed through Comics in the Cross's Twitch channel. And so we did our what's called session 0
Okay.
of the campaign, where basically the dungeon master sets the expectations and gives the rules, and tries to have everybody learn what people's characters backstories are, and what they expect to get out of the campaign and things like that. So just a real like icebreaker pre campaign meetup.
All right. Yeah,
And
yeah. A little
so,
warm up for the
yep.
real deal.
And so, I've never done a D&D campaign before, ever.
Yeah.
Um, I
Now, the purpose, are you in competition with the other characters? Are you trying to be the last survivor? Like, is it like a
no,
battle royale for,
no. So
or,
it's
or do you guys
literally,
accomplish a goal together? Like you're
yeah,
trying to
you
defeat
are
the
going on a
dragon.
mission. You are going on a
Okay.
long storied campaign.
So
This is
you're
going to
working
be like,
together.
yeah, this is going to be like 8 to 10 weeks. You are in a party, and the DM has created a world and a general outline for a story, and we basically play out what we want to do in that story.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And the DM basically facilitates all that, moves the story along. There are certain events and battles and things like that. That's where the dice
Mm-hmm,
come
mm-hmm.
in, where you have to do certain checks, as they're called.
Imbalances.
Yeah, well, checks in terms of like, say like, I want to attack this enemy with this particular technique. It's like, okay, you got to roll this particular
Mm-hmm.
dice, and if it's a certain number or below, then your attack misses and something bad happens. But if it's a certain number or higher, then it hits, and something like, so it's up to chance.
Okay.
That's the point of the whole dice and everything. And there's different
Gotcha.
kinds of checks depending on what you're trying to do in the campaign. And you're basically carrying out the whole story. And so, um, it's really
What's
interesting.
your name? What's your name and what are you?
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Yeah.
Um,
What is your name and what do you do?
so my character's name is Minnick. Arumanar, and
I was
he
really hoping for a Kark in there somewhere,
no.
like McCark, McCarkin,
McCark.
McCark.
No, he is a wood elf paladin.
Ooh,
So
what
he's
else?
all about
Trees to meet you. Please
indeed,
say
indeed.
that when you're doing, like when you're talking to them, be like, trees to meet you. I will give you one Jesus dollar if you do that.
Fair enough.
Each time you do it in the 8 to 10 weeks.
I'll do it. I'll make it happen.
I hope so.
But yeah, no. So obviously, I'm a paladin, so I'm very well versed in magic and things of
Yeah,
that
and you're
nature.
a holy man, right?
Yes, yes,
Holy night man.
yes. Um,
Cool. Do you have a
so
hammer?
no, I don't.
I've not
Not to
heard of
speak.
an elf paladin. That's an interesting combo. I like that.
Yeah.
So you're
Um,
like a religious Legolas.
Basically, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, and I'm freaking
cool,
tall too. I'm
cool.
6'7".
Ooh, 6'7",
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
There you go. Are
But
you
yeah,
like gonna sit really high? Like, are you gonna have the screen like right there so
I,
that it
I
looks
feel
like you're
like
huge?
Cross would get mad at me. He would get cross with me.
He would
Um,
get crosses would get cross with you. Yeah, that probably wouldn't be good if the DM. You don't want the DM. You don't want to cross the DM.
no, because
He'll make you pay.
he's the one also kind of leading the stream, and he would have to fight with my camera and stuff like that. So
Yeah, that's
no,
true.
but yeah,
Fair enough.
um, I had to develop my character, his backstory, and develop a character sheet and things like that, which I like. I'm so flying blind in this. Like I have no idea half of what I'm doing. Um,
Yeah,
I
it's part of the fun.
I bought the D&D handbook. Like,
Oh, you're
yeah,
going
and
all out here.
this thing is like that thick. Um, which
Little light reading.
there's no way I'm reading that whole thing. Um,
So you just use it like as a reference.
yeah.
It's kind of when you need to find stuff.
And I reinforced to them many times, it's like, you're gonna need to hold my hand because I have
I wanna
no idea.
hold your hand.
I wanna hold your hand. Would you please hold my hand? Um,
I knew you'd grab onto that one. Got a weakness for the Beatles.
yeah, for the Beatles.
Oh, the
Um,
old Beatles.
but yeah, so I'm excited and I'm
Sweet.
cautiously optimistic because I'm a little intimidated by all of the stuff. But it'll be interesting, and they know that I'm very new to this. They are all fairly new. The only one that's seasoned is Caleb. He's
Mm-hmm.
been playing for a couple of years. The rest of them,
Oh,
they've only been through one campaign, so they're still relatively new. So
yeah.
I'm in good company.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
So, but yeah, that's it.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thanks for slipping in that last little bit of information. We
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you informing us. And will there be a way to like watch,
Yeah, so there'll
follow
be
along?
it starts on January 23rd, which is Monday night. Starts at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at
Mm-hmm.
twitch.tv/comics and the cross.
There you go.
And then
So,
also, just to go ahead and plug it now, my return to Twitch stream is this Saturday,
okay.
playing some Fortnite, doing some giveaways.
Nice.
Well, I'll be streaming at 10 a.m. Eastern this Saturday at twitch.tv/the Good Morning Guys.
There you go. Sweet deal, man. All right. Well, I think that's all for us in this little fireside chat. You joiner, how about you? If you want to share what's new in your neck of the woods, then, let's do some quick housekeeping as is tradition, where we offer you towels, fluff
Housekeeping.
pillows topped with Andy's candies and tip you off to how you can connect with the GMGU on Twitter, Discord, Facebook, and Instagram. You can share with us what is anew. If you'd like to connect visually and spectatorly, there is YouTube and Twitch, where Mark, just as he shared, is returning soon. Chris the Rock is taking a break, and I, being a ninja, well, you never know when I'll show up or disappear. So keep your eyes peeled, which is a really weird, you know, phrase.
It is a really
you
weird
peel
phrase.
Your eyes. You know, I just said it without thinking, and then I just got this visual of someone peeling their eyes. So I was like, ugh, gross.
Moving
Yeah,
on.
and along with him, there are a plethora of joiners who stream. So please find their links in Discord and our links in the show notes. Check us out. Then finally, on Patreon and our merch page, you can support and gear up with us. So click that one link to rule them all, either in the show notes or you can type it out real quick at linktree.com/or /the GMG pod. Of course, if you can't toss your attention or a coin to your podcasters, but still giving type, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Podchaser and Spotify. It somehow helps us reach new joiners through stars, exclamation marks, and your feedback. So let your voice be heard, literally if you prefer, at 929 GMG Guys. Alrighty then, Mark, along with the ghosts of Mr. Patty Mayonnaise and Mr. Ron Johansson, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners, go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.